Okay everyone, so I'm going to show you how I make my 3D cupcakes. I haven't made them on a nail yet because I wanted to see if I could actually just make them. And they turned out pretty cute, I think. So I'm going to show you how to make this one. It's the same concept, just different colors. Okay. Now I will be using the colored acrylic that I made. This is a pink one, and then this is a light brown. And I use a cuticle pusher at the bottom of this part, really sharp part right here, to make the indentations on it. And then I use a piece of plastic, don't mind the little heart right there, I was just messing around. I use a piece of plastic, and I have a piece of tape on it, and I work on the tape, and then once it's dry, I can pop it off. So this is what I do. I grab some of the brown, grab a nice little ball of it, okay, and then I squeeze out the excess, because you don't want it to be too runny. And then I just place it and flatten it out a bit. And as it starts to mat, that's when you want to start shaping it, because it's just easier. So you just push the sides kind of at an angle, and then you flatten out the bottom more. The top doesn't really matter because that's going to be covered. Okay. And clean off my brush while that dries a little bit. Don't need this no more. Now as this starts to dry, this is where I take the cuticle pusher and I gently put the dents into it. See? Okay. And then I go into my pink and I grab a nice little ball of it. And once again, you don't want it too runny. Just press your brush, onto the napkin, or your paper towel, whichever, and place it, and then just start molding it. However you like, there's no right or wrong way to do this. To make some of my frosting looking like it's dripping down. Okay, so that's the first layer of the frosting. And as that mats, I'm going to add another layer, and I'll show you how. Okay, so you just grab another ball. This one should be a little bit smaller. And you place this one right on the top. Okay. And then this one's just going to be the last layer of the frosting. Oops, sorry. I'm just kind of pushing on where that one begins and the other one ends because they try to blend together. Okay. We'll let that mat a little bit and then I'll show you how to make the cherry on top. So for the cherry, I will be using this red that I made from some red eyeshadow that I had a long time ago. And you will only need a very little bit of it. Just a very small pearl of it. Okay? And I can already tell that's too much liquid, so I'm going to drain my brush. And I'm going to add the cherry right on top. And you can leave it like that, or you can add a little indent right at the top when it starts to matte, so it kind of looks a little bit more like a cherry or a heart if you would like. Okay. Once this sets up, I will come back and show you how to add the detailing onto it to make it a little bit of, what's the word? Shadowing to it. Okay, so keep watching. Okay, so for the highlighting part, I'm going to be using this hot pink acrylic paint I got from a long time ago. It's a little chunky. I'm only going to need the cap because I won't need a lot of it. And I'm going to use this white. And then I'm going to use just a regular top coat that I got from the dollar store, just to make it shiny and protect the paint. And I will also be using my little detail brush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip the tip of my detail brush into the paint, into the pink right now. Okay. And then, let me make sure it's focused while I do this. Okay. And then I'm just going to outline the bottoms. Okay. Paint. So I'm just outlining the frosting on the bottom of them. I'm going to do the same with this one. Okay. Oops, sorry. So see, I think it just gives it a little bit more of a pop. This part is optional. I mean, all of it's optional, you don't have to do it, but I just like the way it looks. I'm going to rinse off my brush quick because I don't want to get no pink in the way of the white. Okay. Now I'm going to take the white. I'm going to dip a little bit, just a very little bit. You don't need a lot of the white at all. Okay. And I'm just going to give the cherry a little bit of shine. Okay. So while that's drying, I'm going to rinse off my brush real quick and put my paint up. And we will put a top coat on it. Okay, so this should be dry by now. This acrylic paint dries pretty quickly, and since it's a very small amount, it will dry even quicker. Now, I'm just going to take a very little bit. As you can see, I have my brush in there, and I just kind of knocked it all off. I don't want too much on there because it'll take away the depth of your 3D. A really nice way to actually keep the 3D looking 3D is to use brush on glue. It still makes it really shiny and yet keeps the depth of it really nicely. My brush on glue is glued shut right now, so I can't use that. But all you do is you take this, and I'm just going to dab it. That way, hopefully it doesn't take too much of the 3D-ish away. Okay. And that's how I make my acrylic cupcakes. Once it's dry, I can just peel the corner of this tape here, and it'll pop right off, and then I can put it up. So I hope that's helped anyone who's wanted to make some 3D cupcakes, or maybe if you just want to try now from seeing this. It's not hard at all, and I hope you learned something and enjoyed. Thank you for watching.